Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and I'm here with another week in my life. It is currently the week of New Year's Eve, it is December 30th today. So it's currently a Tuesday. I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done this week. I need to do some tidy up from the chaos of Christmas, prep for the new year, things like that, get ready to go back to work. This is my final week of Christmas break at my job, and then I go back to school. So that's kind of what's happening. I have a whole to-do list written up. I've got my planner of things to do. My first task that I'm going to do is finish sewing my pouch. If you've been watching all the previous vlogs, you'll know I've been sewing lots of pouches. The last one I have to do is my own pouch. And I have it all quilted already, I think, if I remember correctly. I just need to actually assemble. I think I got to the zipper part and that's where I got stopped. So it should be pretty fast. I should be able to do it in an hour, hopefully. And then I will be moving on to tidying up. Things have become a bit of a disaster. This room is messy with all of the Christmas explosion of wrapping paper and presents and things that need to find a place. And then the office is exploded from all my sewing projects, so I need to get that cleaned up. And I'm hoping to get that done by lunch. And then I need to do a bunch of filming probably after lunch. So I have two different videos that I'm hoping to film today. I probably won't include much of that in this video, but that's kind of what's happening. Welcome to another video. I'm gonna go do some sewing. My final pouch done. I finally have one for me. I made it out of this fun apple label fabric. I think it looks good. It's fully lined. I did end up switching back to the white thread for sewing up the hole I'd left to turn it out. I don't love how that looks, but also you don't really see that. So I'm excited to use this. I'm not sure entirely what I'm going to use it for. Definitely when I'm packing for things, we'll be pulling this out. But now that I'm done with that, it is time to clean up the absolute disaster that I have made this room. Let me show you what we're working with. Okay, so this is the current state of this room. The counter, or the tabletops, are just absolutely a mess. The floor has fabric and stuff all over the place. I have the iron in here. Just generally, it really needs cleaned. So that is my next task, because I'm going to work on cleaning up this room, and then I'll show you the state of the other room, my reading library room-ish place. Also, I've got totes, I've got presents, I've got wrapping stuff, I have scraps from my sewing project. Those are presents that need to go away. So yes, lots of cleaning that needs to happen. I'm gonna do that until lunch, eat lunch, and then it's time to film some videos, which is part of why I need this room cleaned so that I can film videos in here. So that's what's happening. I'm gonna do some cleaning. I'll bring you along. We'll check in later. Day, it's New Year's Eve. If you can tell behind me, I've just been filming a book video. I tried to film my 2026 TBR yesterday, and then found out that the mic was only working for half of it. And so I ended up re-recording it today in order to just make sure I had like the good audio for the whole thing, which means it's now time to put a bunch of books away and then switch over to filming my 2025 reading wrap up. So I need to go, basically I have all of my TBR books because I filmed my physical TBR yesterday, my 2026 TBR today. I need all of those to go back on the shelves, and then I need to pull off all the books I read this year and make a stack of them. So lots of book shuffling to do. I really should be just dusting the bookshelves while I'm at it, but I don't know that I'm going to take the time to do that. But I'll try to film a little bit as I'm going around and doing this. I should probably put my mic back on the charger for a minute, but that's kind of what's happening. Jacob is at work. He's coming home early today. I don't know what the plan is when he gets off work. Pretty much the only plan we have tonight is that we're doing Chinese food and we're watching a movie. What movie that's gonna be, I don't know. We might just end up watching a couple episodes of our TV show. We're currently watching Grimm, which I think is a bit of an older one, but I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely bloody, and I listen to it more than I really watch it because there's a lot of stuff that I can't watch, but you know, it's fine. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun with the plot. It's good, but I definitely struggle to find TV shows that I like. So when I do find one, we just have to stick with it, even if I have to just not look every time there's blood. But that's where we're at. Will Trent comes out with a new season in January, so we'll watch that at some point. I still haven't watched the new Stranger Things season. Kind of lost steam with that one. We'll see if I ever get around to watching that. Honestly, don't really care. But also I've seen so many spoilers already online that, like, okay. But that's what's happening. I think at some point my goal today is to sit down and do like a vision board, goals, maybe look over like a 2026 budget with my husband. We'll see. I also need to finish my 1 second a day video. I have all my footage sorted now. I just need to go and actually edit the video. So I feel like the long part is sorting the footage. I feel like I can edit relatively quickly, but we'll see. But that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go put a bunch of books away, then pull a bunch of books off my shelves, film another video, and then hopefully I'll have that all done by lunch when Jacob comes home. He's planning on coming home around noon, so we'll eat lunch together, and that's the plan. So happy New Year's Eve. Happy 2026, because it will already be 2026 by the time you guys watch this. Hey guys, it's now Friday. It is January 2nd. I have decided to take today a little slower. I really tried this morning to get up and do some stuff, and it's just not happening, and I did some thinking about it, and I really feel like I just overbooked myself this break. Of just the amount of things I was trying to accomplish. I was doing a huge sewing project, and then we were doing Christmas, and then I came home and I was trying to do a whole bunch of filming and editing and things like that, and I just haven't really taken a break. So I'm doing that today. I got up this morning and I worked out, and I was like, I'm gonna get a lot of stuff done today. I had a whole list written out, and I just am dragging. It is like the super gloomy rainy day, and I think what I need is to just sit here and read for a bit. So it's already 3 o'clock. The day has kind of slightly disappeared, but I'm gonna try and make the rest of the day just nice and cozy and relaxing. I also haven't been sleeping good all break. Like, I just really have not slept good in a while. Last night I did okay, but I got like an 80 on my sleep score my watch gives me, which is not like amazing, but it's not bad either. But most of the break I've been getting like 50s, if not worse than that. So I had a book come through on Libby. It is the 3rd book in a series that I've been loving, The Madoran Chronicles by Lynette Noni. So I've been reading a bit of this today. I'm like 17% of the way through already. So these books just go so fast, but I think I'm gonna just sit and read this book and just enjoy the rest of my break. Today's kind of technically the last day of winter break because we just have like a weekend and then I go back to work on Monday. So that's where I'm at. Maybe at some point I will sit down and check goals. I'm not really feeling it today. I think I'm just really feeling tired and the gloomy weather's getting to me. And so I'm gonna take a chill day. I will talk goals at some point. It might even be in like the next vlog. I have a feeling I'm gonna end up taking the weekend kind of slow, and then on Monday when I have to go back to work, I will try and just get myself back into gear for everything, and maybe at that point I will talk about my goals for the year. So that's what's happening. I'm just gonna sit on the couch and read, and then I'm making a soup for dinner, which will be nice and cozy, and that's the plan. Hi guys, it's now Monday, January 5th. This lighting is really not ideal, but I need to end this video here, and I figured, is that even focused? Can't really tell. I figured before I end the video, since this kind of is my New Year's vlog, I talk about a few of the goals that I have for this year. This isn't everything. I'm not including my book goals in this video because I have already talked about those in book videos. So if you're interested in my reading goals and things, this really is having a hard time focusing, isn't it? If I like switch my computer so it's more on my face, will it work? Maybe. If this whole clip is out of focus, sorry, my eyes are struggling today, so I can't actually tell if it's out of focus or not. I have an eye doctor's appointment in a couple weeks, so hopefully I can get some glasses and I'll fix all my issues. But I thought I'd just chat through some of my goals really quickly. One goal that I'm trying to do, and I'm doing this kind of in conjunction with my sister and her kids. They've done it for at least 1 year now, potentially 2. There's this 1,000 hours outside challenge. There's a whole app for it. I heard about it from my sister. She's done it with her kids and they have been successful. Last year they were done by like November, which is insane to me. This is one of those goals that I've set with the understanding that I most likely won't end up reaching it, but if I do, that'd be awesome. But even if I don't do it, by putting an emphasis on trying to go outside more, I think I will do better than I have in the past. Just by setting the goal, even if I don't reach the full 1,000 hours. Definitely a little bit tricky when you work full-time. So I will be really putting the hours in over the summer. And one of my goals, I guess this is a goal, it's more just a plan I have, is to quit my job this year. So that is something I'm really planning on doing. Which will make this goal a lot easier. So I'm doing it by myself, I'm not doing it with my husband, but my sister's doing it with her kids again this year, so we kind of have a little bit of a thing going. So I've been doing terribly at it so far, but I have kind of accepted that I'm just doing what I can for the winter while I'm working, and then, which honestly once it's spring, even if I'm still working, I feel like I'll be doing better hopefully, and then I'll just make up for what I didn't do in the winter later in like the summer. But that's one of my big goals. I think that will just help with like fitness goals. I think that'll help with lots of things to go for 1,000 hours outside. I have a big Asia trip that I'm planning this year. I will probably talk about that later, but if you have any recommendations for Japan or South Korea, please let me know. I don't have anything more solid than that yet. I guess I am planning on going in the fall. Other than that, that's like the basis of what I have planned so far. In conjunction with that, I'm hoping to learn at least some basics of Korean and Japanese so that I can get myself around, order things, stuff like that. If you have any tips on learning either of those languages, please let me know. I found like a curriculum online of like a Korean in 90 days or something like that, so I think I might try that. I'm not a big Duolingo fan. I think it's good for building up your vocab. I don't think it's great for actually learning languages, so I am planning on starting more basic than that. I brought a notebook specifically for my Korean and Japanese learning, so I can at least start with learning like the alphabet with the different symbols and things like that. So that is a goal that I have. If you have any suggestions on it, please let me know. I could use some more resources. And then I want to diversify my hobbies. I've done so much reading. I read 113 books in 2025. I'm trying to back off a little bit on the reading and do some of my other hobbies a bit. Definitely I can listen to audiobooks while I'm doing a lot of my other hobbies, but one that I kind of got back into at the end of 2025 and I want to continue doing in 2026 is sewing. I have so much fabric and I need to do something with it. So I'm using the word sew in various ways a lot. My plan is to do at least one sewing project a month. I have a whole bunch of ideas of things that I want to make already. I think I know what I want my January project to be. I have some fun like knit fabric and I think I want to make some just like comfy pants out of it, which will be fun. I'll be like self-drafting them based off of another pair of pants that I have. So that's my plan for January. I have so many other projects that I could be doing, so we'll see how many I get to this year, but the goal is one a month. And those are kind of my main goals. I am sure I'll come up with other ones and add to this list as I go throughout the year. I feel like I don't want to overload myself right now and just focus on getting through those few goals that I have, and then I will diversify and add. I kind of like the idea of doing a month at a time instead of like the whole year. But my biggest thing is I need to make sure that I'm actually working on these before I quit my job. I feel like I'd easily get into the mentality of, well, I'm quitting my job in end of May, and so then I'll have all the time in the world, and so I can just kind of wait till then. But I don't want to have that mentality. I want to make sure I'm still working on them even while I'm working. So that's my goals for the year. This lighting is getting worse and worse as we go. I have no idea if this clip was in focus, but I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.